Welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And if you just give me a minute, I think I finally figured out my issue with my Facebook group, which I believe... I am. Yay. Okay. All right, let's start this again. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. Been having some issues with the new technology that I'm using to go live, and so I think I finally, figured out how to go live on my Facebook group. Not sure what was going on yesterday where I had a couple of failed attempts, but it looks like I'm there now. So if you're watching me either on my Facebook group or on YouTube, please let me know you're there so that I can see and that you can hear me and that all is good. I think I can see comments. Hey, oh, but good, Mary's there. Hey, Mary, coming in through YouTube. Perfect. Yeah, I had all sorts of issues last night, Pam. All right, today I'm going to play again with the Artful Amaryllis bundle from the Stampin' Up! September to December mini catalog. I am in love with this. It's been so much fun. If you managed to watch me yesterday when I finally did go live, I used the dies where you can create the kind of three-dimensional flowers. But today I'm just going to do some plain old stamping. It's two-step stamping, and it's absolutely just makes such a pretty card. So that's what I'm going to play with today. So I'm going to switch over and we'll get started. Okay, so this is the Artful Amaryllis bundle. As I said yesterday, so it's two-step stamping. So you have the line image, and I've got let's take this out. I've got a glare, so let's get rid of the glare. That's better. So two-step stamping with the line image and then the pieces, the stamps that go inside. It is a distinctive stamp. So when you stamp it, you will see a lot of detail. And then some really pretty sentiments. And it's so versatile because it could be a Christmas stamp, but it could be a thank you stamp or just a just because stamp, which is perfect. And then the dies, I'm not going to use any dies today. Again, if you watched me yesterday, you saw me use all the bits of all the dies for making the kind of three-dimensional flowers. And I use this one, which creates a really pretty kind of stitched, pierced edge, which I put on the inside of my card. So if you wanted to, you could cut out your flower with just this one and never mind all of these pieces to go to get it together. But I'm just going to stamp today. And make it fairly simple. So let's put the dies back in. But again, these dies are so much fun. Okay, so I've got a piece of cherry cobbler. That's what I used yesterday. I used the Season of Elegance Designer Series paper yesterday as well. I'm in love with it. Gosh, I think I'm on my second package. So I cut my cherry cobbler to be 5.5 by 8.5. And we'll score it at 4 1/4. And give it a good burnish with my bone folder. Okay, now I've got a piece. Now this is this gorgeous, can you see this? This is the Season of Elegance. This is the one in cherry cobbler. So one side is cherry cobbler and gold. And the other side is just kind of patterns of cherry cobbler. I think I'm going to use the gold, but I'm not going to put it down yet. Now I've made this intentionally a little bit smaller. So this is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So I've got a little bit more of my card base showing. I just wanted a little bit of a border. And then I cut out a piece of very vanilla 2 1/4 by 3 3/4 and a piece of cherry cobbler 2.5 by 4. So that's just going to go on like that. So it's going to be a pretty simple card. I kind of like this layout. Just ordered this. Who said that? Pam just ordered this. Yes, Pam, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Okay, let's do some stamping. So as I said, this is two-step stamping. So I'm going to stamp the amaryllis flower and leaves using Tuxedo Black Memento. I'm just going to turn that sideways a little bit so I can kind of see. There we go. get it kind of on in the middle of my piece. So there we go. Now, I said this yesterday, I've never been very successful in growing amaryllises. I used to get them as a kid. I don't know why, but we would get them to grow the bulbs, and I was never very successful on it. So maybe I'll stick to stamping the amaryllis. Now, like I said, it's distinctive stamping. So I've got cherry cobbler ink and I've got old olive. If your ink pad is juicy, you want to stamp off. So this one is fairly juicy, so this is a trick for distinctive stamps. Stamp off and then stamp. And you will get a much nicer image with the distinctive. Let me see if I can. There we go. Can you see that? So distinctive means you're not going to get the full pattern. It definitely doesn't look perfect. So let's take this one, and now we're going to stamp our amaryllis. And my grid paper is a little bit not very even, so I'm going to stamp that off as well because I really want to see this distinctive. So lining up. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I love just the pattern. It's not perfect. Now, missing a stamp. Where did that other stamp go? Oh, there it is. Okay, I didn't pull it out. So there is another little piece to this. So we'll ink that one up and again stamp off and then stamp what looks like kind of a bud. So there we go. Didn't get that perfect, but that's okay. So how pretty is that? There we go. Okay, so let's just, I'm not going to use that one again, so we'll close that one up. So this one, I'm just going to take, everything's falling, glue dots. So we're just going to take some liquid glue and adhere this on to that piece of cherry cobbler. Try to get it lined up in the middle. There we go, that's a little better. So I'm going to make this a Christmas card. Oh, that's not very straight. Okay, there we go. Christmas card. So I pulled out the stamp that says, "Wishing you a bright and beautiful Christmas." And I'm going to stamp this in cherry cobbler on this piece of very vanilla. And I pulled out my 2-inch circle punch, the 1 3/4. Oh, you know what? I'm going to try it. I didn't think the 1 3/4 inch circle punch was going to be big enough, but it actually, it is. Perfect. Okay. I didn't want such a big circle as the 2-inch. So this is the 1 3/4 inch circle punch. So let's think about this, what I want to do. So I stamped that in cherry cobbler. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of put it off to one side a little bit. Now I also pulled, this is really pretty. This is the cherry cobbler. The Season of Elegance paper is so pretty. And it comes in the cherry cobbler, old olive, yeah, I guess it's old olive, pretty peacock, and like a basic beige, and really pretty. So this is the cherry cobbler in gold, 1/4 inch satin ribbon. Yesterday I said I'd finally figured out how to make a bow using a fork, and so I'm going to grab a bow one day and show you that, but for now I'm just going to make a little tiny bow. And like I said, I just want it to be quite little, but I'll show you how easy it is. If you have struggle making bows, the fork method, if you've never tried that, I had never figured it out. I don't know why I struggled with it, but I was at a Stampin' Up demonstrator event here on Vancouver Island, and somebody showed us how how to make a nice little bow using the fork method. And she uses all sorts of, she's got a big, like a big meat fork that she makes bigger bows, but just a regular size fork to make one even smaller than this size. But I'll do that one day. I'll remember to grab a fork to show you. Now I'm going to pop this up. If I can find my dimensionals. So I've seen some beautiful cards made from this bundle in non-traditional colors. So sometimes, let's actually put this on here. Sometimes you will see amaryllises that are kind of a whitey, pinky color. And so I saw one, I can't remember who made it, but it was in like bubble bath and gray. So yeah, so all sorts of really pretty colors that you could use. Okay, let's just try and get that lined up. There we go. We'll put it on like that. And then I'm gonna just put some, hey Kathleen, welcome. All right, so I'm just gonna put this, and I'm only gonna put just dimensionals down the one side, and then a little bit of glue down this other side. I think I finally figured out how to see comments. If you're commenting on my Facebook group, I may not, oh yeah, I am seeing those. Okay, perfect. I think I'm seeing comments in all of my different, whether you're coming in through YouTube or you're coming in through Facebook. I think I'm managing to see all of the comments. New technology is not fun when it doesn't work the way, or it doesn't work right away. Let's just say that. Let's just put that bow right there. And then I've got some, again, I'm going to use these. These are those gold textured dots, adhesive back dots, and they are from the Season of Elegance suite. So the same as this paper. Let me tell how many I've used of these. I really like these. Okay, there we go. All right, and then we just need something for the inside of the card. So I've got a piece of very vanilla. So this is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then a piece of that, just a scrap piece of the designer series paper that is 3/4 of an inch by 4 that we'll just put down here at the bottom. And then that can go on the inside of the card. Yeah, just kind of, you know, sometimes I like switching up the shape of so not always using a rectangle for the sentiment, using it. It would have looked really pretty if I had punched it out of cherry cobbler and then used gold embossing powder, but I'm okay with it in the very vanilla. Isn't that a gorgeous? I love this suite. So if you haven't thought about this Artful Amaryllis, or thought maybe you didn't need it, yeah, you might have to add it to your wish list. Now, this is the suite, or not the suite. This is the bundle that we're using for the September, no, not September, I mean September, the November Stamp-A-Stack that I have. So it's Stamp-A-Stack. You make 2 of 4 different designs that I'm partnering with my friend Lorraine from New Hampshire. And so you get the card kit with enough supplies to make 8 cards, 2 of 4 designs. And then you would purchase the bundle separately. If you purchase the bundle from me, you would get the kit for free. That's kind of the way I work it. So if you're interested in that, live in Canada, and you're interested in the kit, let me know. You can sign up until the end of September. So you've got another 8 days to think about signing up for, actually, no, sorry, this one is November. So you actually have over a month to decide to sign up. The one for October is the Sweetest Star bundle. So if you haven't looked at that one, it's fun too. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me today. Now, I will be live again on Tuesday. Normally, it's at 6:30 Pacific, but I'll be live a little earlier, so stay tuned for the posting of the time. I have to go out on Tuesday night, so I will be a little earlier than normal. Probably around 4:30, maybe 3:30, somewhere there, 3:30, 4:30. I will be live with my sketch challenge on Tuesday night. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Hope you have a great day. Happy stamping. Bye.